Yep.
Wondering why my dreams never came true.
You would be
Black
too.
kingpin, ABC. Is it because I'm black? Somebody
Easy
tell
money.
me, what can I do?
Who else you thought it was gonna be, huh?
How y'all doing, man? Welcome to the show, man.
Wow.
We got Allay in here this time, man. You never know who we might pop out with up in here, you feel? We got Beat in the back. If y'all don't know Beat, man, as you know, he behind the scenes, man. You feel? Like, how you doing, girl?
I'm good, man. We live at the Black Studios, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's always a pleasure. I got some really good people up in here, you know what I mean? We got Jai Grace back there, you know what I'm saying? Journalist from North Carolina. We got TJ in the building, you know what I'm saying? So I'm feeling good, man. I'm happy you pulled up on me, bro.
Yeah, man. You know, me and you did the last time when, you know, just learning how to broadcast and all that, you know, we did the remote one. So we've been overdue to just sit down, you know what I'm saying, just run it. Well, the name of the show coming from where I'm from. I pull up on the artist, you know what I'm saying, lock in with them, see what they got going on, what they got coming. You know, instead of me bringing you to me, I come to you now.
Right.
You know, so
I respect it, man.
yeah, you know, so and look, it ain't hard. So no, it ain't hard for me to pull up, huh? Quick, huh? yeah, for real. Yeah. What you been up to, man? Last time I saw you in action, I came to the House of Blues, and you had the show in the courtyard at the House of Blues. You killed.
Yeah.
You know, you had was that Halloween?
Was that Halloween? Yeah, that was Halloween.
Oh, Halloween, because you was dressed like Mario.
That's a fact.
Yeah, man.
Nah, it was a great time, man. You know, again, appreciate you for pulling up. You know what I'm saying? You know, that was an era where, like, I was just super locked in. You know what I mean? Yeah. And since then, the same focus been there, but things started to deviate. Like, my focus started getting even more clear. You know what I mean? So right now, once again, we at the Box Studios. So it's like what we working on now is like taking things to the next level. You know what I'm saying? Like really putting time into production, really thinking things through, not overthinking it, but just thinking things through, being more strategic. You know what I'm saying? Like how we talk about organized thinkers. You know what I'm saying? Like you really gotta put strategy behind shit sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because everything prior to that was just like very organic, just going based off of feeling. And that works a lot, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes you gotta pair with that strategy. So now I'm here with B, you know what I'm saying, getting a lot of that experience, a lot of that knowledge that he gained over the years. And he passed it down to the young buck, and I'm gonna take advantage of it. You know what I'm saying?
Wrong with it. Yeah, man. I overspoke because I caught a few, but I caught that one, but I also caught you by Peaches.
That's a fact.
That's the last place I actually caught you.
Yeah.
What was going on with the Peaches run when I caught you by Peaches, if people don't know?
Yeah, so I was doing the album EP release party or whatever the case.
That was for the
Great Habits, Great Heights.
Yeah.
So shout out to my dog Shelby Alexander. You know, he a Hollywood Grove native as well. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we wanted to just really go back to the essence. You know what I'm saying? And figured Peaches was the right spot to go. And, you know, they definitely embraced us as family at this point. You know what I'm saying? But that was a real important event. Outside of just, you know, selling the music, to see the support that pulled up. You know what I'm saying? Like even the news pulled up. Like that's how, you know, important it was for us in that moment. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's what we was doing over there at Peaches. I
saw you move. I ran into Mean up in there. Yeah. I actually met Mac for the first time in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like there was some people in the building, you know, and some other people I ain't gonna mention, but you had some people up in there that was, you know, that really came through and, you know, supported. And everybody was impressed with what they heard. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It was a great turnout. It was great energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it almost reminded me of Lil Russell. I call one of Lil Russell shows, and just the energy about it and the excitement of coming here. An artist that everybody may not be familiar with, but know that he putting work in. Right. That was the energy that I kind of got from that day in Peaches.
I respect that.
Yeah,
I got a lot of respect for the hustle, and move. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we come from a similar lineage as far as being progressive with the music. You know what I mean? Because his blueprint is very similar to Nipsey. And Nipsey's blueprint is very similar to Ryan Leslie. And Ryan Leslie, you know what I mean? Like it all comes from a similar tree, and we just putting our own spin on it, you know, with our own lingo. You know what I'm saying? So
What you got coming? What you working on? With like, as far as music wise, do you have a project that's coming in the works?
Yeah.
You know, like what's out?
What you said, B? We got a project?
Yeah, we got infrastructure that we built.
All right.
And we make music all the time. But right now, there's a project called Moonlight to Sunrise.
Okay.
Between LA, Chef made the music, LA is writing the lyrics,
Okay.
and performing it. Okay. And he has some background singers that came in play because I was like, we need the support. When I heard it, it's unique. It's fluid. I call it fluid because he can do anything. And, you know, and while you were saying the connection to Lil Russell, I see Lil Russell as a marketing genius. LA, it has a degree in marketing. When I see LA, he don't have to try and do what he do. He can do it so much. He's really marketing, putting it all together. And that's what he's a great communicator and marketing and just playing his role. So I like how you tied that connection in because actually they're marketing and thinking about this stuff as they're creating their music. And it's not so much about the music all the time.
It's about the business behind. Yeah, it's about how far to push.
Business side of music. But this music is so I think he created it one weekend, right?
Yeah, it was like a week time.
Yeah. We produce it. We were putting it together, but we're going to create from this project. We're going to create a musical, a movie, and we're going to build from around it, and where people could, the tourism industry, could get familiar with it, where it becomes songs that are synonymous with New Orleans, the new R&B. So it'd be songs that you're used to. They don't have cursing in it. They don't. It's not vulgar. Anything. It's just got a good vibe. They got, you know, how you can't explain New Orleans. Yeah. It's like that. A little bit of the reggae, a little bit of the dance. It's just like that without being that. It didn't intentionally be that. I saw it as that. Okay. And so everything we can do it with LA because LA touch everybody.
He's well rounded. He's not in one box. Right.
And so we write the plan. Everybody in the show us who they are. So whether you know it or not, you in the plan for something that's in New Orleans. They just fit in, and we just like take a mold snapshot of what New Orleans is, and we just go forward with it. And that's where it is, building that plan. You know what I'm saying?
And what's the name of the project?
It's Moonlight to Sunrise.
Moonlight to Sunrise, man, is on the way, man. Yeah. We ain't gonna put no date on it yet because it's kind of hard to put a date on art.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when it's still in the process of being created, like you gotta let it finish molding to, you know, what it's about to become. I know it's gonna be dope though.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and it ain't gonna stop. It's gonna be like when the Saints were marching there. Yeah. It's anonymous. It'll be one of them.
Okay. What's the last show you did?
The last show I did was this for the Saints and Falcons out there in Atlanta. Okay. Yeah, so originally I had a show with So Far Sounds, but it got canceled like the day before. They had the hurricane. Okay. I think that was Hurricane. That's what it was. Hurricane. But yeah, they ended up, canceling that. But at the Saints and Falcons tailgate, right? St. Nog, they had their little big old thing going out there with the, the watch party and all that. Okay. So my DJ, he pretty much the residency DJ there or whatever. And that's another thing I've been doing throughout these past few months or whatnot, challenging myself as an MC, right? So really controlling the crowd. So even when I'm not performing music, like I like to get up there and host a gathering and see how I could really
Act with the crowd.
Yeah.
It's a, you know. Like,
Exactly. So, you know, because one of the people, I think I probably mentioned this before to you, but one of the people I really studied was Snoop. You know what I'm saying? Like how he's able to still be himself, but in every medium, you could put Snoop in a movie, you could put him on a TV show, you could, you know what I'm saying?
he's still authentic.
He's still
himself.
him. You feel me? So that's pretty much what I've been doing as well, just challenging myself. And yeah, that turned into a performance opportunity when I was there. Of course, you know, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, man. But I've been being more strategic and selective about performances lately, and not on the big-headed type of thing, but just really want to be strategic about
what align with your brain.
Yeah, and also, you know, being effective. You know what I'm saying? Like really getting to the people who it resonates with.
Who would appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
that's why I'm at with it.
I won't say I saw you perform for Essence.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
How was it?
Man, that was like you said, a full circle moment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what that was. Cause I literally used to work at the Riverwalk, you know what I'm saying, at New Balance, right? And I just remember when people used to come in there for Essence year after year, like, well, you get ready, you get fly, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Just coming through that. I'm like, damn, I can't wait till I get my shot, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I remember one of the last years they had it before COVID hit, right? I had bought a fellow singer who's actually on the project Moonlight the Sunrise, the same Mercedes. Like she really did her thing with the vocals, you know what I'm saying? She was performing Essence one year, and I bought it to her performance, you feel me? And, you know, wished her well. I just was supportive. And then that very next year when they brought it back after COVID, I had my shot, you know what I'm saying? So it was like full circle, you know what I mean? I had a chance to meet a lot of the people who, like for example, Issa Rae, right? You know, I watched her group from YouTube just starting the hip hop league, just doing it, you know what I'm saying? To now being on HBO and really renowned in our culture for the content that she put out, film productions and all that, you know what I'm saying? So I see her backstage, I'm like, look, my song's gonna be on your show, you know what I'm saying? She stopped. She kept walking a little bit. Then she left her whole crowd, bodyguards and everything. Turned around, came to me and was like, "What's your information?" Like she was real solid. You feel what I'm saying? So just things of that nature, man, was real cool. But most importantly, what I was proud of was my moms, my grandma, my little sisters. You know what I'm saying? Like they was able to see that, you know, and just to show it's not going in vain. Like all the nights in the studio, you know what I'm saying? All of the broke days, the up days, all that, like it pays off for something, you know what I'm saying? So that it was real important, like really getting them on the carts to where we driving backstage and we passing up P, we passing up, you know, all these different people. I'm like, I want my family to be able to live like this and just see, like, you know, you are important. Sense. Yeah. So that's what's the most important.
Yeah. How y'all plugged in?
Yeah.
How this came about?
You met my cousin, Reset.
Okay.
The Queen. I'm fully focused on her. So
okay.
You know, and she he was nice to me. And he wrote a song with it, and then somebody collaborate, and then she said it was okay to work.
All right. Hey,
that's the short version.
Man. Shout out to Ray Sam, man. See? That's how it all comes together, man. Yeah. What's the future look like? What the next 6 months look like?
Yeah, I mean, right now what we doing, man, really like he said, putting that infrastructure together. You know what I'm saying? So instead of just going out your wild and just trying to do that, whatever, like really have it thought out. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're in the stages of now. Like the music will always be there. Like we be here daily. You know what I'm saying? I'm always recording music, so that's never the issue. Yeah,
it's setting up to put it on the right
infrastructure. You know what I'm saying? And, one thing for sure within the next 6 months, one of the things I've been saying I really want to do is test out my draw as a headliner. You know what I'm saying? Because most of the events that I've been involved with, it's been with other fellow artists who do. He did. As we talked about with it being a business, I really want to test my value and see who support. You know what I'm saying? And I know the support is there, but I want to test it even more. So that's one of the things we're gonna do. Like, really have a show based around this project and bring the community up. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the main goals. Outside of all the other stuff that we've been talking about. Okay. So, yeah.
So what about releasing? Is it gonna be released the traditional way for right now, like Apple Music, or y'all go on website, or like
we definitely
doing one of the newer, like what that is, what's TBA with Russell number, but then it still had the even beds.
I got you.
Different,
Yeah, that's what I was about to go with it. So one thing for sure that we're working on is an app that we built, right, called Mantralize. So Mantralize is a new form of direct to consumer and also helping the artists, independent artists, monetize their brands. You know what I'm saying? So, there's been a lot of moments where I've noticed my peers may have the talent, but maybe not the knowledge to protect their craft. You know what I'm saying? And make sure they get their royalties, even if it's 2 pennies. Like, all that shit matters. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So really just like merging the business task, the business admin with the art to where it could be sustainability within what we do. You feel me? And so I pretty much was involved with this program called Metronome. Right?
I was about to ask you about Metronome. Right. That was one of my next questions.
Nah, definitely. So Metronome, that came about really going back to his cousin Ray Sav. Shout out to her. And mind you, I wasn't nice to her, right? I was kind to her.
Oh, right. Real
talk. Yeah. We ended up on the same show together, and I just seen her stage performance, her presence, and the subject matter she was speaking of. It was just different. Like, she was actually empowering the women and the artists. You know what I'm saying? And the audience and the artists as well. So once I started coming over here, we was in the session one day, and she just asked us if we wanted an office space or something like that. I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And she set it up to, it's in a real prestigious place on St. Charles, right? And while I'm in there, I'm just paying attention to my surroundings, and I see this step and repeat that's speaking about a music business accelerator, right? So we'll just get the turn. They gotta make some shit. Yeah, man. So that just opened up the doors for a lot, and really me starting to get involved in the tech space. You know what I'm saying? And so GNO Inc. along with Idea Village, they partnered up to make the music business accelerator that we know as Metronome. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, so far, man, it's really been good. Still building it, but developers been interested in helping out. You know what I'm saying? Even Disney committed some funds to help do it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, that's where we at, and that's why I really plan on at least a soft launch of making sure the Sunrise come out on the platform like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we at.
Dope name too. It makes sense though. When I had the name Moonlight the Sunrise, that's evolving from the darkness to the light. I get it. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, you come with some dope titles though. Your titles for your project always means something special. You know what I'm saying? So just keep pushing it like that. Artists who aspiring to grow, the ones who are aspiring to grow, with some point them in the right direction a little bit. They don't gotta be a lot. Just a little bit
do you. So I'm actually writing a book on the food chain in the music industry. Okay. There was a big switch when we had executives who had bread that was trickling down to starving artists. Starving artists decided that they was gonna be the big shot, but they ain't had no money. So it didn't trickle up. And so now you don't have to have a record company. You don't have to be big. Just do you. If you're a singer, be the best singer. You're a rapper, be the best rapper. Do your other stuff. Whatever you're good at, do that. And it'll all come together.
I feel very similar to what he said. Definitely do you. And also just know your why. You know what I'm saying? Know your purpose. Because I knew it very early on. And it's just so ironic, you know, how, man, we just really connected in so many different ways today. Like, I remember my pops asked me, like, you know, I support whatever you want to do, whatever, but what's your reason, right? And that, I'm talking about, that instilled a lot in me because even my fashion choices, like I used to, you know, wear whatever I want to wear. But before I left out the house, I already knew we about to have a ribbon session or whatever, to where I gotta defend my choice of why, you know what I mean? And so when it came out to the music, you know, I always used to tell him, man, like I never really had aspirations of being Beyonce, Taylor Swift, or nothing like that in terms of the biggest mega star, right? I respect it and I want to run away from the light, but that wasn't my aim. You know what I'm saying? My aim was always to be wealthy within doing this, you know what I'm saying? Like where I could live a free, peaceful life, you know what I'm saying? I could walk up the street without needing security guards, you know what I'm saying? I could really show love to my people in a genuine way and be respected for my craft. Like, that's all I ever really wanted from my, you know what I'm saying? And I used to give an example at the time. It used to be Spitter, you feel me? Because that was the closest I could see. You dig?
To a person
from where we from.
doing it their way.
You dig? So you know, that was always my aim with it. So it's like there was a point in time where I started listening to what other people I should have, right? Like, man, you should be signed, or you should do this, right?
Yeah,
so
that ain't my path.
I let it start seeping in a little bit, but I could give myself credit. For the most part, I always did me. But there'd be moments where I'm like, damn, you think so? You think I should get a deal? And that wasn't really my goal, but since people saying it,
you should deserve
I'm about to shoot for this goal or whatever, right? But then it'll always come back to what was your why? Like, why did you start from the beginning? So that always kept me grounded. Yeah. And you know, once again, full circle, going back to the Russell thing, which I respect him. You know what I'm saying? I remember a few times people would always hit me up, like, man, don't do no deals, whatever, do it like him, right? But you know, I'm a nerd, right? I'm a nerd, so I do research, and I'm like, well, we don't have the same path at the end of the day. Everybody's story is different. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't have whatever, however much budget, thousands you want to say, or somebody really signing me to their label. You dig? So it's like I learned focusing on your path, your story, and embrace that, and don't necessarily compare it to nobody else. You feel me? So that's the main thing that I see. Know your why and embrace your story.
Shout out to Ike, man. My people got it. I went through his seminar. He killed me because going through his seminar, the first thing he asks you is, what's your why?
Right.
And he gonna ask you what's your why like 5 times. And you can never give the same answer. So he make you dig so deep into why you do it. It makes you realize that was why I was doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because you dig deep in and you get past just the core regular answer, and you got to really find why you doing it.
Did you come up with a deep why?
Yeah.
What is it?
Man, I came up with same thing we was talking about earlier. Before it was money and all that other stuff, did it because I love it. You know, it was the love. Like, it stripped all that down. If I never made a nickel off music, I still would do it because that's what I love to do. So like, I could get up today, go make one, and get up tomorrow and make another one. If I didn't let nobody hear it, I would still appreciate doing it. You know, so that I remember, like, that's why I did it. You know, like same thing you said when people came, man, you might want y'all should have been on, you and Red should have been signed. Y'all should, you know, it's like, yeah, but this was our path though. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciated all of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't make this up. Like you said, B, wasn't no money in this. It was for that and looking at appreciation of saying something somebody had never heard, or you know, that was the ultimate goal and the gift that you got from it. I still get off on that. You feel me? When we finish, I still pull up in the hood and press play just to see certain critics' reaction on how they feel to the bars and when I get that. When I get that head nod, I get somebody listening and they smile. I'm like,
Right.
You know, I had to realize that, you know, some younger folks, they're doing something different. It's a whole nother something different. You know, if you was born into something that was possibly you could have a career off of it, it's different from when you were going just trying to be shy, but then doing it for females or just doing being your best self. You know, it's not a hindrance. But I want to let you know that I know you don't want to be a superstar, but the way you move,
you are.
It's done, right? So it's in your stepping. You know, you're gonna step that way. Well, because I'm just saying that, you know, I do it because it's my destiny. I dream of it, I dream big, and you put the plan together. And the plan is gone. You're just walking, going through the steps, using my resources. And we have all the resources there. You go knock on doors, people open the door for you because you're going for the right reason. It's all gonna be there. It might not look like what you want it to look like, but it's there. You know, you might like. I hear people saying, "I want people to like my music and all that kind of stuff." You can't make nobody like your stuff, you know. But if you create music from the science of it, you're gonna move people the way it's intended. If you're gonna do happy chords, you're gonna be in tune and make people feel happy. You're gonna feel pretty. All minute you're gonna scare them, you know. But you can't make somebody like stuff. Yes.
Yeah.
But you can put it out there.
Right.
Yeah, you can put it out there and roll right, and it's there. You know?
Right. And look, I hear people talk about it all the time. I watched the clip where I do like, man, because I spent tens of thousands of dollars in the music, and you can spend what you want on it to promote it. Right. But if it's not organically something that a person feels, you can spend what you want. It's not going to make them appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like you will make something that you may not appreciate, but you're gonna pay to try to get somebody else to appreciate it. Like, make sure you appreciate what you make. It never was about $1 for me to get a fan or a person to listen. It was about making something that they feel. $1 can't change that.
Yeah, and I like to put that because when you say that, made me realize it. Say you got $10,000, you always 6 degrees from somebody else. So if you move, you get $10,000 to do your work with. So you can get a band together to spread the money around to get to whoever you need to get to, instead of just going try to rush. You know, take your time and deal with people that's in the spot that you're trying to get to. You know, anybody we want to get to, I know how they're going. You can tell him, I need to talk to God. I'm telling you, you're going to walk in his room with him tomorrow. Be careful.
What you trying to do?
Be careful what you ask. What you pray for. Because I got everything.
Me too.
You know,
Me too.
I just got to be more specific. You know?
I promise. To understand it's coming, dog. Like, hey, it's great. Me and him, our talks be crazy. Like the stuff we talk about, like we might not even talk about it in front of y'all. You feel what I'm saying?